Hello, you guys. Oh my goodness. How are you? Holy smokes. It has been a day. I wanted to be on camera, but the daylight's gone and my lights are not here. So, how are you guys? Let me see. Thank you all for being here. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Nadie. Yes, I did. And last night, so I take, you guys know I take edibles. And like usually I take them daily for anxiety. I won't take strong ones during the day, and I'll take stronger ones to sleep at night. Well, I got a new flavor of the same ones I'd been having, and they were just a little bit stronger. So that made me even more tired. So yeah, I was exhausted. I'm still exhausted. I have so much to do. Um, the survivors of the Idaho 4 murders just got memorial tattoos for their 4 friends. I just posted a video. Oh, yeah, I'll show it. Thank you. Totally. Thank you, Crime Sleuthin. Yeah, and we'll share your link too, so people who are not over there can go, watch for themselves, go watch your other stuff, all that kind of stuff. Okay. Hey, LFT. I was talking to LFT. I went and got this bomb coffee on my way home. I had to go get Bentley's prescription and a bunch of stuff. But yeah. Hey, Nadie. Hey, Lynn. Vexing. Hey, Donna. Punksy. I said Melissa, right? Dr. Phil. Izzy. How are you guys? Lynn. Oh, I'm glad you're here. Hey, Mark. Cool Gamer. Johnny. Carol. Angie. I so appreciate you. Thank you. Ooh, thank you, Carol. That was like the red lipstick and stuff I'm not actually wearing. It's from like the editing from the app that I used. But thank you. I do not feel comfortable in red lipstick. I'm just that kind of person. I cannot pull it off. I don't like it. I don't even like lipstick that much, but if I want something a little bit more natural, and yeah. Let's see. Hey, Riddler, prosecutors. I know we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about everything. I saved so much stuff and sent it to my I'll take 2 hellos. Thank you, Crumb Sleuthin. And send it to my little Facebook, YouTube thing so that we could go through it, because I really just wanted to hang out with you guys and kind of talk about everything. Hey, West Virginia Holler Girl. Hey, Lucia. I'm totally going to, because even if I turn this on, the lighting is still horrible. Oh. I think I'm going to turn this off, you guys. Okay. So let me pull up the Facebook and we're going to talk about it all. There's some interesting stuff. I've got lots of videos that I've like saved that we could watch. So yeah, Delphi, we can talk about that first. Prosecutors said today that they believe there are more people involved, and I find that so interesting. And let me see what I actually sent about that. I know there were a few things. It's all jumbled together. Everything I've got. Oh, thanks, Tammy. Oh, thank you, crazy mama. I'm not feeling so cute. And the lighting, I feel fine. It's just the lighting. I don't like it because you look washed out. I have blush and bronzer on, and then to make it like, I don't know, I just look washed out. I don't like it. Okay. So let me refresh this and start pulling up about Delphi. A lot of people were saying this along the way and thinking that Keegan probably led them to Richard Allen. I personally was really skeptical, which I always am, but let's see. Here's a post from HLN. Now, this is about Delphi. Prosecutor filed motion today for gag order preventing court officers, attorneys, law enforcement, family, and coroner from speaking about the case publicly. No ruling from the judge on whether the documents will be sealed. The prosecutor argues there's good reason to believe Allen wasn't the only actor in this heinous crime. Uh-oh, Lynn's calling. Oh, I know. Yes. Thank you, Angie. I said that when I came on, and I thought something else was wrong because I couldn't see the chat. when you called. Thank you, Angie. I had said that when I came on, if you didn't hear me, and typed it in the chat. And I so appreciate that so much. And I love you. Hey, Mama Bear. So what do you guys think about this? And then I have a video we can watch. I think I've got so much stuff jumbled together between Leilani, Delphi, and Idaho. But also, Michael Vaughn. I'm really curious, I just find it interesting about the yard. I was listening to, I don't know if you guys have ever listened to psychic Reverend Donna Serafina. Now, I know she's just a psychic, but she did accurately predict, how JJ and Ty Lee and all of that, which is creepy. So I do listen to her with other cases. Well, she did a video today about the Idaho 4. She says, she's talking about this guy, and she's talking about a bread place in Idaho, which I searched and I found one instantly, like a French bread place. And I find it really interesting. I wish that police would at least listen and like prove her wrong. You know what I mean? But okay, so we're going to go over to Twitter for a second. I am iffy, but she has a good track record. Absolutely. That's how I feel. Hey, Jay. Thank you, Lynn. Pale can be beautiful. I agree. I've always loved her. That is true. Is Melissa? Wait, I said, is Melissa in here? I was thinking about Woofy. Is Woofy in here? The MJ's Woofy. The MJ at the front. Now, when I see MJ like in the front of a chat, I don't instantly think of Melissa. Like my brain goes to Woofy. Which is funny. I'm pleased to see they're finally making some arrests in these cases for Michael, for Quentin, for Abby, and Libby, hopefully soon in Idaho, and the Colorado club shooter, and Summer. Oh my God, I wish that there'd be movement for Summer. You do listen to her, Jay? Interesting. Yeah, she had one today. I don't know. Okay, let's watch this video for just a second. You guys know I got a strike yesterday. Remember, I was playing the news clips and I didn't pause. I went to pee and stuff. Yeah, I got a copyright claim. I'm sorry, not a strike, a claim.
And two, because go to our own Barbara McDonald, host of Down the Hill, the Delphi Murders podcast, and HLN Special Investigations producer, who was just inside that courtroom. Barbara, what can you tell us?
Good morning. I can tell you the hearing lasted about 30 minutes. Richard Allen was brought in. He was wearing a bright yellow prison jumpsuit with a bulletproof vest. He was shackled at his hands and feet.
For fair use purposes, did anybody see the pictures and stuff of him going in? They did get him, going in. I did too, Donna. I don't know. I guess we see. So I didn't get a strike. I got a claim. All they do, they take your money from any like AdSense you got, which is whatever. But a strike, they can take your channel. Oh, okay, crazy mama. I'm jealous. Ooh, no, I didn't, Tammy. Which case is it for? For Idaho? Oh, I'd like to see it. I'll go check it out. Maybe we'll look here while we're live.
He had a chain wrapped around his chest area, and that's where his hands were shackled. So they were up pretty high, not down low, as you might expect. He came in with his attorneys. He sat down. Just before he did sit down, he did look into the gallery and made eye contact with several members of Abby and Libby's families who were sitting there. There were about 17 or 18 members of both families present for this hearing. Once the hearing got underway,
Wait.
The prosecutor for Carroll County made several arguments.
He made eye contact. I know it's going to echo when I click back in. I'm sorry. So he made eye contact with the family. Oh, thank you, Riddler. And thank you, Lynn. So Crime Sleuthing on her channel. There was something I wanted to go look at there. And now I remember. Well,
arguments about why this information should remain sealed. He presented 4 exhibits to the court regarding his argument. And basically, he said there were 2 reasons why he wanted that information to remain sealed. One was to protect any witnesses that were mentioned in that document. And
as soon as I heard that, I thought of Keegan. Yes, I do, Vexen. I love him. He is sick. Just looking at him there. Oh my God. Y'all are silly.
And 2, because this is an ongoing and active investigation. And Mr. McLeland actually said in court that they have good reason to believe that Mr. Allen is not the only actor in this heinous crime, and that they are looking for anyone else.
What do you guys think? They have to make a decision within 10 days about their. I hope they show it. You can always tell when you look at a human species by their eyes. But their eyes look like a shark. We all know that sharks are top apex predators. It's not a coincidence. Oh my gosh, Nady. That's funny. Hey, Sassy Britches. Look at those girls. I mean, so young. And I don't know. It's really sad. Cannot imagine what their family feels like after all this time. You know? It's crazy. I probably will not play the rest of that. I really want to move forward. And I know that Leilani was supposed to have court today. I need to check and see if she has. Has anyone seen? And let me share my Facebook. You can, let me just do a Twitter search while we're looking at some of this other stuff. So here's her mugshot, which I think we've all seen it, but this kind of confused me though. Okay, so here's her mugshot. It says, here is Leilani Simon's booking photo. 47 days after Quentin went missing, his mom is charged with murder, lying to police, reporting a false crime, and concealing the death of another. Police have reason to believe the remains found in the landfill are the toddlers. Now, wrong thing, sorry. That's another case. I'm trying to put something together on. But then he says she indeed did not take herself. The original tweet has been deleted, which was, I guess, by Jennifer Coffindaffer. So now I'm really curious because we know that Billy Joe said that she took her there. So did she take her to the FBI and then they took her to the, Chatham County to the jail? That's probably what happened. But I don't know. But look at her there, you guys. Oh my God, the look in her eyes. Yeah, Jay, totally. Here, let's see. I just plan on watching a couple of videos and going through, you know what I mean, some of the stuff that I've got on my Facebook profile or my little Facebook message here. Dead and stone cold. I know her eyes. I don't know. BJ took her to the FBI office. Chatham County picked her up. Okay. I really like her too, Tammy. I love her. She lied. Which one? Jennifer Coffindaffer? Is that why it's deleted? And he was like correcting her. She certainly did not take herself, basically like that. I don't know what even to think about her, you guys, but that look on her face, it's like you realize, I just wonder when she's walking in and I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's just like, that's your baby. You are supposed to protect him. You are literally being accused of one of the worst things that you can be accused of right now by a court of law. You're not crying, nothing. It's just, well, I mean, there was no emotions before, and we've all talked about that. So Let's watch this video. Okay. Her eyes are dead. They totally are. She's still saying she didn't do it. Lots of money already donated for funeral, but she's not next of kin. Henry Bubba Moss is, and funeral homes offer free service and plot for children in most cities. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. I just got back from band rehearsal. That was pretty good. And I decided to hop in and say hello.
Well, thank you for coming over.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, all these developments and all these cases. But I'm just glad that, you know, it's strange because it went from like us kind of becoming kind of dejected and like feeling like there was no hope of anything to like two major developments and two major cases that we cover a lot and that we've got a lot invested in emotionally. So hopefully that means we'll get that with Summer Wells, you know what I mean? Hopefully. You know?
Oh, I hope so. How cool is it? I think it's so cool to see you like on video. That was really cool. And hello, Kelly. Good to see you. Beautiful.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks.
Melissa said bond rehearsal. I want an accent like that. I can't even say it, but like that. But and they think you're a cutie.
I appreciate that.
Kelly, I'm always so scared when someone joins my panel, they're going to say or do something inappropriate because it happens to me almost every time. Oh, I've seen it happen to people. Thankfully, I've not, knock on wood, had any like awful experience.
I could always change if you want. I'm joking.
No.
I'm joking.
Look, all the ladies are like, whoa. Jay, you're so handsome. That's funny. Oh, Johnny says, bloody hell, who's this bloke? You're funny, Johnny. All right, Jay. Well, you want to watch this video? We're gonna I'll pause.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, awesome. I gotta mute mine because I don't have my headphones today.
Bringing justice for Quentin. We were 100% committed to bringing justice for Quentin.
A big question in the case is, how did Quentin die? And do police believe the toddler was dead before his body was put into that dumpster? That will remain a question for now. Chatham County's police chief said that was something he wasn't ready to talk about.
Okay, right there, I just have to say, but wait a minute. We already went through this, that he was, for some reason, they've got some reason that they believe that he was no longer living before. You know what I mean? Before he was found. So there's other evidence. And I believe that if it happens to be the luminol or something like that, I just don't believe that he was alive when he was put in the dumpster. That's just
no way. Because like you'd either have had to have been severely drugged, but even then, if he was like, how would that make any sense if he was still alive? You know what I mean? Why would she dump him if he was still living? You know what I mean? So, he would have had to have been dead.
Yeah, and if I don't see that, and I think Kelly.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I agree with you. You didn't say nothing wrong. And
I
Kelly,
thought you didn't want me to say like dead. I thought that was like a pariah of a word or something, like a word that you don't. Yeah.
I actually don't ever censor any of my videos.
That's good. That's good. I think. Oh yeah, I remember. That's what attracted me to your channel originally. Like the links were being put out, and like the first stream of yours I saw, you said that. I was like, right. I'm going to be going to her lives a lot more than the others.
Thank you. Well, yeah, because like I noticed this. One, sometimes you get flagged, and most times YouTube, if you put it up for review, because the rules are, if you're like reporting on like news or something like that, it's not supposed to flag your videos or demonetize your videos or whatever. If it's basically news and it's educational purposes. So if you usually, it doesn't, you really don't get flag too much for it. And
I don't get it at all, to be honest. It's like people who say like swearing and things like that is a sign of a lack of intelligence. That's complete rubbish. You know, and there's people who've like professors at like Oxford and Cambridge University who swear their fucking heads off. You know what I mean? So it's like it's not a sign of anything. It's a sign of good vocabulary, I think, because a lot of these words are old words. You know what I mean? So it's knowledge.
Well, yeah, they say actually, I think I've heard that people with a higher IQ tend to swear more.
Definitely. I reckon, from my experience, all the smart people I've known swear like sailors.
Hey, Angie. So Kelly said, I wonder if there was blood. Well, you know what? I'm thinking maybe because they had blacked off the windows, like they were doing, like, you know, the light with the luminol. And maybe that is why they insisted they believed he was no longer living. Maybe there was some kind of cleanup. I'm not sure, because you'd think Billy Joe would have seen, you know, I don't know, would see that the cleanup at least. And I don't know, it's some of it doesn't make sense, but
I just think she completely disassociated herself from what happened. I think that's why she was able to go on shares and talk like that and you know, put on the front. I think she's good at disassociating herself from things. So you know, it's strange for us to comprehend, but that explains some of her behavior, I think.
I think you're right. And I think sometimes when you've lived a rough life, you will learn to do that.
Oh, absolutely. If you've got trauma, you know, you don't want it to eat you up all day, every day. I think everyone's got trauma to a degree, but, you know, people like, you know, some people have it, you know, unmanageable to where, you know, they have to self-medicate and things like that. And I just wonder if that's I'm not excusing it in any way, because there's most people who've been through intense trauma never harm a fly. You know what I mean? That this whole notion that it equates to violence is a false one. You know, it's if anything, I think it makes you more empathic. Yeah, you know, you've felt the pain, you've been at the bottom, so like you see it in someone else, you want to defend them and protect them. You know what I mean? Like how you weren't. You know what I mean?
You want to take care of people and try to yes. And that's even like Gypsy. Actually, we were talking about over there. Remember, like even like people who have been SA'd, I think only like 25% go on to do that to somebody else. That's not even
like we were talking about. I was SA'd sadly by an older woman when I was younger. But thankfully, you know, the way I was made to feel in that chat and by you, Alex, and others, it means that I can talk about that without, you know, feeling so like I'm going to be judged and stigmatized and you're going to treat me differently. Like that's not a problem in my head.
And I'm so sorry. And I'm so glad that you felt like so. I loved it over there that night. And it was so, I don't know. It was very moving.
It was a very powerful evening, I think.
I agree. It really, really was. If you guys aren't subscribed to Incognito Gypsy, she's done like, because of the AWP stuff, she's started a website and kind of talking about going through exactly what his family members went through. And her website's called Little Cousins Everywhere. So really cool. Now CDT said it's wild listening to her BJ talk about taking Leilani to a buffet before turning her in. These cases feel like movies, but it's real life horror.
Yeah. So creepy that. It's just creepy. It's just all of it's creepy. Like it's so normal, and what's happened so abnormal, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me do a check while we're sitting here before I keep playing this, just to see if her bond hearing, it was supposed to happen today. So let me see if Brett Buffington tweeted about it.
So thanks, Melissa, for your sympathies in the chat. And to answer your question, Donna, I was born originally in Cork in Ireland, but I grew up in a place called Lancashire, County Lancashire in England, specifically Blackpool. And then I moved to the United States when I was 16, and I've been here ever since. But I travel around a lot, but I'm permanently based in America at the moment.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I figured you were still somewhere.
Yeah, most people do, I think. Yeah.
So where at in America are you, by the way?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wanted to live in the south, but I realized like the heat. I just can't handle it. It makes me physically ill in the summertime because I was in Florida in the summer, and I got like I think it's like I'm not sure exactly what the term is, but I got ill because of the heat.
Yeah. See, that's where I live in North Carolina now. It's super hot in the summer, like hot, hot, hot and
Yeah.
humid. But also it's nice because it doesn't get that cold in the winter.
Yeah, it's got a nice balance. Yeah, I know. I know a few people who live in North Carolina, and they say that it seems like it's the more like progressive-y part of the South. If you you get what
Yeah.
I'm saying. So
Yeah.
it's not so Bible Beltish, where it would be a bit of a shock to someone like me coming from where I come. I mean, Ireland's very religious, but I mean, England, where I spent most of my childhood, it isn't compared to America and Ireland. It isn't religious at all. I'd say like 20% of the
okay.
population are regular attendees of church, or probably less.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think spirituality. I'm not against spirituality. I'm not against religion. I just find it odd when people are like extreme about it. You know what I mean? I just like people who are very open and mellow about it and don't force this stuff on others.
Yeah, I agree completely. Well, I live in like the Bible Belt pretty much, or like close to it. And yeah, so there's a lot of there's a church on every corner, and I'm fine with that. But I will say, I believe in God, but I do think I don't really love organized religion.
Neither do I. I'm the same as you. I believe in higher powers. I'd say probably more than one, but I recognize that I have a relationship with one more than any other. And I think that's a very positive one. And to me, spirituality is all about healing and balancing, and whereas in the past, it was when I was younger, it was cathartic. That was more representative of what I was going through at the time. And as I've gotten older, my desire has become more healthy towards peace, rather than chaos.
Hey, and Xantor. Okay, I'm gonna keep playing this. And
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna mute.
Understandable. And joining me live, Brett Buffington, now lead investigative reporter at WSAV. He's been covering Quentin's disappearance since the very beginning. Brett, thank you. I wish it were under different circumstances. As I said a moment ago, this is what we had feared. But the relentless effort in that landfill to find this little boy, it was evident in the emotion that was expressed by the police chief as he relayed that news.
Oh, absolutely, Marty. In fact, police, when they announced this landfill search back October 18th, I believe it was, they were emotional that day. They put up a giant picture of Quentin Simon in that command center that day, a picture that eventually...
Just so I don't get another copyright claim, and I actually have the photo right here. I'm going to just pull it up really quick, and then I'll keep playing it. But yeah, I don't know exactly how long you're supposed to wait to pause. So
yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I think I've seen videos like from a while ago where it's like you don't. It's like every couple of minutes people have done it and they've gotten away with it. But I think just to be safe, it's like I think the pace you're doing it's good enough.
Okay, good. Hopefully we're good. Yeah. So Cher is definitely still supporting BJ. I don't know how much that they're supporting Leilani. I'm not actually sure. I haven't. When I came on yesterday, she had been live, but I didn't know it. And then I went and watched just like some of it, but I haven't finished, so I don't really know all.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. I mean, like to be honest, like I'm just thinking if she was my daughter, how would I feel? But like Quentin would be my grandson as well, so it's kind of it would be difficult for me to have any remorse for her or any like sympathy for her at all. And honestly, I would turn my back on her completely. There's just a line that you never cross, like I could forgive like murder and like a fight got out of hand type of situation. I could forgive that, but not something as heinous as that, as evil as that, as as wrong as that.
That's a good point. It's a big difference between, hey, like my kids got into a fight and accidentally took something too far, or didn't mean to hurt somebody but did, or whatever, DUI, hurt somebody. That's awful. but it's not as like callous and evil. Like if you
Yeah,
kill somebody
it's
while
nowhere
drunk,
near as bad, and the person who does that can be redeemed. I believe someone who gets in a fight, who has a loose temper, can be redeemed. That can be treated through therapy when they're in prison. But someone who does what she did, to their own child, it goes against every instinct that you have as a parent, as a human being, even. I
absolutely.
don't think that can be reformed. I don't think anything can bring someone back from that.
See, for me, like today, Bentley went about an hour away to go to Chuck E. Cheese and stuff down in city called Charleston. It's like it's the capital of West Virginia, a bigger city than where we're at. And it's pretty far away, an hour on the interstate.
Yeah.
I'm worried sick. Like, I cannot wait for him to get back. The whole way they were on their way, I'm like, hey, you guys, are you there yet? Have you made it? Can you let me know when you make it? Don't forget. Like, because I don't like it. I will do anything and everything to protect that baby.
Yeah, I
Anything
know.
and everything.
I can really tell that you really love your kids. It's obvious. Like you mention them a lot more, and they're a lot more evident in your life than they are in other YouTubers. So I really like that, and
Thank you.
I think it's great, and honestly, I mean, I don't have kids, but I have animals, I have pets, so I treat them as basically children. So I can kind of understand, but I think when I do have children, because I do want them, that I would understand that feeling completely.
Yeah. Well, oh, interesting. How old are you, Jay? If you don't care.
I'm 25. I'll be 26 in September.
Okay. Yeah, you're at the perfect age, but like to wait, having kids too young is, it's just,
It's nuts. Yeah.
yeah, I did. And it was just a big difference between my first and my second in the way that I mentally saw things. Thank you, Punksy. Thank you so much. And thank you, Angie. They're so rotten. They love Angie sends them ketchup chips all the time, and they love that. Okay. I'll keep playing, and then True Crime Levin Blonde said, "Yay, another Brit." The drone footage is just of the Idaho home, but it shows the layout so much better. I didn't even realize the layout. As soon as we're done with Quentin, I'm definitely going to we'll go over there and check it out. I'm really interested to see that. Okay, I'm going to keep playing a little bit so we can get through it. We could just talk forever about anything.
Yeah.
Actually moved to the landfill itself and was taped to the back of a trailer. There were some 100 people working this case, including FBI agents from across the country. It had to be some kind of relief for them on Friday when they made this discovery. Of course, those remains quickly taken to the FBI's crime lab in Quantico, Virginia. They do believe that they are human. There will be additional testing. Those results could be back as early as this Friday. But the police chief obviously has something very certain in his case here, and he's holding this case very.
I'm just going to do a quick pause and we'll go right back to it and say that, yes, the police chief said that he said, quote, "We have every reason to believe that it's Quentin." And the second thing I want to say, and I'll keep playing it just to get through it, is that I looked just now to see if there was an update from her bond hearing, like on Twitter, and I could not find anything. So I know his face. My God, it's so cute. Okay, Jay, I'm going to play it again. Okay. So,
Okay.
Thank you. I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to get through
It's fine.
it.
It's fine. I want to see it. To be honest, I'm really interested.
Okay, awesome.
Close to his vest that has him to believe that they are likely Quentin Simons.
Yeah, the police chief, Brett, saying that he doesn't believe that Leilani, the mother, should deserve a Thanksgiving that Quentin does. It is just heartbreaking. What else did he share about the circumstances of her arrest, where and when it happened?
We know she was picked up from her home and taken to the Chatham County Detention Center. That happened just as they were making that arrest.
Huh. He said she was picked up from her home.
And then other people have said that she freaking was driven there. So it's like, how many bloody versions are we going to get?
Yeah. And then that picture I showed at the beginning where he's like, yeah, she definitely did not take herself. I don't know. It's interesting. Okay.
Arrest are making that announcement on yesterday. They told us that they didn't want anyone to have any exclusives in this case. They would release this to every affiliate here in Savannah at the same time. And they kept their word to that. I can tell you that they called the news directors and they gave us a heads up that there was an announcement coming. They made that announcement. And we know that she was quickly booked into the Chatham County Jail. She was supposed to have a bond hearing this afternoon. She's being held right now on charges that include murder, lying to police, filing a false police report, and one more. But she won't be having that bond hearing this afternoon. We understand that that has been moved to sometime tomorrow morning.
Well, there we go. Now I know we don't have any update on the bond hearing. It's tomorrow morning now. I am going to fix my vape, my Dabs vape. Because
I'll tell you the truth about me and vaping, right? I bought one for my 13th birthday. I think 14th or 13th, something like that, like one of the earlier e-cigs. And I didn't know how to use it. So I just sold it on for profit. I bought it for £15 because I was obviously in England at the time, and I sold it for £30. So I doubled what I paid for it, and it was brilliant. And then I got that money and went and bought a pack of cigarettes and some beer, because in England it's like they're a lot more relaxed with serving people underage than they are in America. I still get ID'd, and I'm obviously a lot above age, and I look older as well. I always have. So in England, it was never the case. I was never ID'd once, ever.
Wow, that's interesting. Because, even in West Virginia, they changed the damn drinking age to 25.
What? That's insane.
And you have to be 21 to get cigarettes.
I can drink and I can still get cigarettes there. But to be honest, I think that's ridiculous. I think if you serving in like the military,
absolutely,
then you should be able to get cigarettes and booze. If you're willing to lay your life down for the country, let them drink, let them smoke, for God's sake.
Yes, I completely 100% agree. Lisa, what are you talking about? I know you guys weren't giving her credit for turning her daughter in. What are you talking about giving her credit? Whose credit and where, and what can we get with this credit? I don't know. Because no, we were just literally saying that there's like, she said she did, but the news is saying she didn't. So there's two different stories. But when you find out, like, let me know where this credit is. I need some credit. So I'd like to get some myself. And then, I think it's interesting. The media guy added from home. Law enforcement Savannah said picked her up, not saying from home. Okay.
Yeah, she doesn't, to me, she just doesn't seem like the type that would just go in. Like, she really doesn't. Like, she's too arrogant. She doesn't feel like she's done anything wrong.
I know. Like, just like, okay, yesterday I was trying to find the clip of her with the protesters, because is that where she said, like, I will turn myself in if I will walk. I was trying to find that, but anyways, I was just watching her talk about it, and she's just sitting there like she's totally fine, like everything's cool. She's like enjoying the attention, the fun. It's like a hangout. And then, like, not to give anybody this credit or whatever, but Billy Joe, she's like sitting there destroyed, like crying, sobbing,
really embarrassed, really ashamed, like, I can't believe you're my daughter type of thing.
And it's like, why are you not feeling that way too? That's why I think that we noticed how cold she was, because right beside her you see the exact completely different. And I don't know, I just think that to me she seems super cold-hearted and just I don't know. Look at that picture, man. Look at her eyes.
It's weird because she looks like a guy I know, but it's like he put on a wig, so I can't take it seriously. It's really freaking me out. Like a guy I know, and he's a YouTuber as well. He's not very popular, but he travels the country and he makes videos with his dog. But yeah, he looks just like her, which is creepy. I emailed him the other day saying, are you wanted by the police? Was it you who was arrested by the police, or was it her? And he was like, it was her.
Well, that's funny. I would like to see who he is because I want to
I'll
compare.
send you an email, a photo of him.
Yes, please
Yeah.
do.
Yeah,
Lisa said she could have gotten a kudo if she said something before. Okay, I see what you're saying there. And yeah, I don't know. I don't even know. Even yesterday she said, she said something about like Leilani says she didn't do it, and part of me still wants to believe her. And I'm just like,
anyone wants to believe that she didn't, though, because no one wants to believe that a mother could do that, especially a mother like you, because you can't conceive it.
But you know what? It's like, I don't know. It's at a certain point. I mean, I get where she's coming from. I think that's so natural, but also it's like the writing's on the wall. She's been arrested. They've obviously got more than enough proof. They were calling her the prime suspect before he was found and said that she was the prime and only. So they have other stuff,
Totally. There's obviously stuff that she thinks that she's, destroyed or covered her tracks with that they've got, and things like that. And that's, I think the FBI really do make the difference in these cases. If it wasn't just left to local law enforcement, and I'm not slating them as professionals, I'm just saying they don't have the funding that the FBI have.
Yeah.
They don't have the training that the FBI have. If they did, they would be able to do what the FBI do, but they don't, so I'm just glad that the FBI are in there to make the difference. They're the best in the world and a lot better than bloody MI5, I'll tell you that. I mean, what I've seen on YouTube, like the FBI in this country, in America, they invest any threat online, anything that anyone posts that's like terroristic or a threat or whatever, they get a call, they'll go into the door and they'll investigate it. In England, they just don't have the resources to do that. So, it just shows you the difference of professionalism.
Absolutely. That's an interesting point, and I hadn't even thought about that. But yeah, the funding, because these smaller county sheriff's offices, they have to really beg for the funding to do, anything. The search with Quentin or with Summer, I've seen it with both of those cases. Look at Chris Watts' eyes, though. Like, look at the deadness in his eyes. They look, and his other mugshot. Hold on, I think
I'll tell you, his eyes remind me of Ian Brady's eyes, the Moors murderer. Have you ever heard of him?
Mm-mm.
He was him and his girlfriend Myra Hindley. They're like Britain's first ever killer couple, and they did some horrific things to kids. It's terrible. Close to where I grew up, actually, but it was in the 60s, so it was a long time after when I was growing up. But still, it freaked me out living near somewhere where terrible things had happened. So
yeah.
But seriously, though, those eyes are completely dead, like a zombie. Like there's no life in them.
No, there's not. I used to wonder with Chris, like he almost looks devilish,
No, Jess, Granny's watching, said to me, like, because of my background in spiritualism and like paganism and all that sort of stuff, and like various studying of like obscure spirituality and religion and stuff, did she think that I thought if he was possessed? And I said yes. And she said the same, and she thinks that as well. And I think he is, because honestly, those eyes doing that to not just your wife but your children. And that picture of them where they're smiling, and even I break down seeing that. And I've seen some bad shit, you know what I mean, in my life, and I've become pretty hardened by it. Even I break down knowing what he did. It doesn't compute that guy in that picture could do that. You know what I mean?
I know, it's absolutely insane. That case, it still baffles me to this day. I still don't feel that we actually know exactly what happened.
No.
And yeah. Oh, Tammy, thank you, Tammy, sent the part where the interview where she says that she will walk herself to the jail. Let me see. Is this the one where hold on. Where does she say it? Because I think I watched part of this yesterday looking for it. Okay.
I was studying a case like this. I was watching this TV series I think you'd be interested in called Kids Who Kill, and it's really interesting. Like these cases where like they're talking, like the investigators are like, yeah, we were building this profile, and it was we were building a profile of a middle-aged white male, you know, and then in reality the killer was like a 15-year-old girl, you know what I mean? So
I've actually watched that show before.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Really, what do you think?
I love it. I love all those kind of shows, though. That's my thing. I really do. Mrs. Italy, I'm so happy to see you.
Yeah, she's been through it. I hope you're not in too much pain at the moment, Miss Italy.
Me too. And I'm happy to see you. Here are her charges. I found another video just about Leilani. One more that it was from today. And then after that, I wanted to go look at that drone footage and show a couple things from the Idaho case. But these are her charges. And yeah, I'm really, really interested in this. The false reports and the false statements or writings conceal facts or fraudulent documents in matters of government. This false report of a crime, that's probably the 911 call, but the one above it, what in the world? What do you think that is?
It's concealing false statements and writings. Well, when the police will have turned up, she would have had to have given initial statements, and what they're saying is that those statements were lies.
Oh, but the fraudulent documents in matters of government, that's maybe irrelevant, but
in matters of government, because she was dealing with the police representing the government.
Okay.
I think that I could be very wrong, because that's just me guessing. But this is just me guessing, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, that's all. I mean, I wanted was a guess, because I guess because it says or, that could be just completely irrelevant. Everything after or, you know, it could just be the false statements and writings to conceal facts. But
yeah.
Okay, I gotta mention this. Hawaii Heather says in Japan, 10 kids a day die of heart attack playing violent video games. That is absolutely insane. Is that really true?
I believe that. No, I truly, because I'm probably closest to this than most people here, because I do play not loads of video games, but I enjoy to play. I enjoy playing video games with my friends rather than going out drinking, because I've had problems with the drink before. So I try to do that. But like, I've read these stories online with these guys. They have these like an internet cafe type things where these guys just basically live in there and they play 24/7. And a lot of them do have heart attacks and die because they're just playing all the time, non-stop, 24 hours a day.
What?
Yep.
That is insane. So they just stay there all like non-stop at these little cafes, and wow. So they eat there, I guess, because it's a cafe, so they can just get food right there. But I mean, sleeping and stuff.
Yeah, 24/7. They don't sleep. I mean, if they sleep, they'll just nod off for a couple of hours in the chair. If they do, and that's because they've passed out, not because they've wanted to.
Right.
And then they'll get back to it, and it's a very big part of Japanese culture. That's like a dark side of it, I suppose, and it's a real one of Japan's probably main addiction problems. Because you know, drugs are a problem there, but because of the way they handle it, like people get like insane amounts of time in prison for like relatively small possession of like cannabis and other low. It scares people off. Yeah, it scares a lot more people off than do it over here or in Europe. So the main addiction I'd say in Japan is video games, definitely.
Wow. See, my kids love them, and they also love violent video games, so that's scary.
So do I, and so did I. I mean, I started my first time I played Grand Theft Auto San Andreas when it came out, and it came out in 2004, so I would have been 7. I played it when I was 7, so a game where you can, you know, pick up prostitutes and get in violent car chases with the cops. You know, I was playing when I was 7. But my grandparents got at me. Sorry.
My kids have played that too, and Bentley's 6. But I will say he's not allowed. Like, he plays with his dad, and they don't do like the prostitutes and the strip club and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
I mean that's the best way. That's the best way to do it. Because I mean, my introduction was like that with my dad, basically.
Well, let me ask you, is there, I know after San Andreas there is 5, but then after that, is there any in between?
Yeah, there is. There's Grand Theft Auto 4, which I think is a better game than 5, because it's not, you don't have to pour a load of money into it for the online side of it. He can enjoy the full, the full game basically without you having to pay any extra, and it'll come very cheap. The story's brilliant. I think a lot better written than
I'll
any
have
of the
to
others.
find that. Because
Yeah.
all I could find other than that, like with San Andreas, I was looking the other day because they beat the game and played it again. So, okay, I'm going to pause and we will watch this. Actually, let me say a couple things. Crime Sleuthin says that you have the real documents, that those were not guardianship documents. I'm very interested in that. And then one more thing. Oh, file for state aid. Ooh, that's possible. And then my dog is crying. I feel so bad, but I can't let him out here right now while I'm on the computer because I got to watch him really close because there's a road and a lot of like big animals.
Yeah,
and I
be
don't want him
careful.
to
Be careful.
Yeah, and that makes me feel so bad. But I just took him out before I came. But anyways, there was another one I wanted to address, but I guess I will after. I can come up to show you or email them to you. Okay, that sounds good. Well, we can do either. Can we do like a... I want to see them, but I want to talk to you first before we do it, like not just jump right up here. If that's okay, maybe we can chat about it, email me, and we can talk. And then I would love to do that. That'd be really interesting because also you've went through the guardianship stuff too, which would give a whole nother element to a conversation. But Jay, I'm going to play this if that's okay. And I'm going to get the dog and like try to bring him and watch him while
That's
we're
fine.
doing this.
I'm going to roll the joint while it's playing.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
More than a month ago is in jail charged with his murder. Leilani Simon facing several charges this morning, from malice murder to false reporting. Officials scoured this landfill for the remains of Quentin Simon for weeks, and we just learned yesterday they believe they found them.
We want to get right out to our Nakaya Carrero, who is live for us this morning. Nakaya, there are just so many emotions tied to this case for everyone involved.
That's right, Emma. Frank from family.
I'm just going to pause for about 2 seconds and then play it again. Frogger was one of my favorites too, and Duck Hunt was the bomb.
Duck Hunt's amazing. My God,
God.
Game is the best. I'd love like one at home, like an arcade one just at home.
I wish I had that game. We do have an arcade game in North Carolina, like a real one, a huge one. That's Pac-Man, and it has like Donkey Kong and a bunch of different ones, but not Duck Hunt. Okay, I'm going to keep going.
Members to investigators to people in our community to people outside our community who have watched this story unfold on national news. This morning, Leilani Simon is here sitting behind me at the Chatham County Detention Center awaiting her bond hearing later today. Of course, you'll remember Quentin Simon vanished back on October 5th. Investigators scored the home, the neighborhood, then the waste management landfill site off Little Neck Road. Weeks later, they say they found what they believe to be his remains.
Look at that. I mean, that's a different angle. I had seen this over to the right, but I actually hadn't seen it with that hillside, like seeing the hill too. And I really am curious how they did that. Did they clear that off just for the search, like clear off an area, I wonder? Or they had to be really
thorough. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they must have done it. They must have done it very like slowly, basically, like almost by hand, where they're like shoveling through the gravel, or maybe they've dump a certain amount and they sort through it. I'm not too sure. And
yeah, that's what it looks like. And I'm curious because there's no trash here. It seems like almost this area was cleared specifically for that.
Yeah.
But okay, I'll keep playing it. Oh, shoot. No, I won't because I just exited out. Hold on, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm like, okay, I'll keep playing it, and then I hit the X.
Toddler who went missing more than a month ago is in jail charged with his murder.
And I got to mute because you're hearing that coming through mine.
Several charges this morning, from malice murder to false reporting. Officials scoured this landfill for the remains of Quentin Simon for weeks, and we just learned yesterday they believe they found them.
We want to get right out for Nakaya Carrero, who is live for us this morning. Nakaya, there are just so many emotions tied to this case for everyone involved.
That's right, Emma. Frank, from family members to investigators to people in our community to people outside our community who have watched the story unfold on national news. This morning, Leilani Simon is here sitting behind me at the Chatham County Detention Center, awaiting her bond hearing later today. Of course, you'll remember Quentin Simon vanished back on October 5th. Investigators scored the home, the neighborhood, then the waste management landfill site off Little Neck Road. Weeks later, they say they found what they believe to be his remains. During a news conference yesterday, investigators opened up about this heart-wrenching case.
What happened to this 20-month-old child is unthinkable. No child should be harmed.
Okay, my computer went crazy for a second. Really nothing for me to comment on there. And just let me see what the chat has to say. I think the bulldozer drops the line in the middle and they sort it to the sides. That makes sense. Hey, Tess. And LFT said they narrowed it down to specific cells. Well, each one of those trash trucks had GPS. So they knew exactly where the truck dumped on that specific day. So that probably is part of it, but that's all I know.
Honestly, it may sound weird, but I'm just glad that she was so stupid to do it somewhere where they caught her on camera, basically, and they actually could give him a proper burial, rather than have it. What a disgrace, to do that to your own son and put him there in the trash with all everyone's leftovers. Like that doesn't that just say how she felt about him?
It does. Wow, I had not even thought about that, but it does kind of say how she felt about him because, and I had thought about before, people that, even people who lose a pet will literally bury them in their yard and
Yeah, my cat's buried in my yard.
Yeah, and be very particular about where they're buried and, and how they're buried and very careful with them and to, I don't know, just dispose of him like he's nothing. Like I said, I want to keep it respectful over here to everybody involved, even if we disagree with them or some of what they've done or whatever, except for her. I have nothing, I don't respect people who hurt babies, period.
Exactly. There's literally fucking no excuse for what she did. Zero. And mental health, I suffer from mental illness and would never and have never had the inclination to do anything like that. So it's a complete it's just all from her own lack of self-control. I reckon what I personally think happened was he was crying, she was tweaking, it was pissing her off, so she hurt him. That's what I think happened, and that's what probably will come out.
You know what? I think that it's got to be something like that. Okay, so it was malice murder, and I was looking yesterday, and in the state of Georgia, there was an article talking about the Ahmaud Arbery shooting where that guy was running down the road and the two guys in the truck ran him down and shot him.
Yeah.
And so malice murder, you don't have to prove premeditation, but it still requires someone being with ill intent or evil intent is what.
Yeah, because it's very different to a crime of passion, something like that. Georgia state law isn't going to recognize that as an evil crime. It's still obviously murder or illegal and wrong, but it's not evil. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. And so I think that means that just doesn't mean that she planned it, but he could have been crying and she could have gotten pissed and she did something evil to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And had ill intent. I don't know. They didn't even get malice. Oh, they didn't? Okay. So the article I read, I guess they were considering it with them. And they were given a rundown of kind of what it meant. The harshest classification under Georgia law, I believe. Interesting. It's against the law to even dispose of your animals in the dump. Wow. Okay, I'll keep playing this.
Okay.
By anyone, let alone the person in their lives that should be their protector.
I just wanted to watch her with him one time, so I just like rewound it a second, and I'm going to replay it.
Their lives that should be their protector.
Here's what Chatham County Police Chief Jeff Hadley had to say when asked about the timing of Leilani Simon's arrest.
She doesn't deserve a Thanksgiving, quite frankly, if I can go off script a little bit. Quentin deserves that.
Now, Chief Hadley said he believes they have a very strong case and that they've put thousands of hours into this investigation to get justice for Quentin.
And Nakaya.
So at the end, they always do that's pretty much over because they do like a little recap of what all went into the search, how many officers, that kind of thing. But he does look just like his mom. He's so beautiful. That clip of him at his birthday, like he's just, I don't know, the innocence in his face, and he's looking at the person with the camera, which is interesting. He's not like looking at her, like, because she's the one like down in his face. But I don't know. It's just hard to see that. I'm going to replay it because I want to look again at like how their behavior towards each other.
Ali, sorry. I'm just gonna go out for the smoke. If I drop off, it's just because of my connection. It's nothing to do with you.
Okay, all right, sounds good. I don't smoke in my house either, unfortunately. Yeah. I wish sometimes because it's
so
cold.
Do I. But... It's fucking freezing where I'm at.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna play it again with sound. I'm just playing it like this. Yeah, she's like all in his face, and he's not even looking at her. Look at him, though. That look on his face right here. Oh my God. He's like, he's so perfect. You evil, evil bitch.
Exactly. If we could just trade her for him.
Oh my God. Yeah, absolutely.
She robbed him of a proper life, you know what I mean? And it's the biggest crime I think you can commit. You've robbed a kid of a childhood, of a life.
I know, it's unbelievable. Billy Joe took pics at FBI and shared pics on Cher's channel saying Quentin in the coffin. I just seen it. Anyone else seen it? Yes, I did. And you know what? I'm wondering if they sent those to her. Like if the FBI sent her a message or something with the picture in it. Because how else? Like, I don't know. Maybe she was there or something, but she was. Yep. She was here, and it's possible.
Yeah.
Heather's in the circle, Jay. Can someone have a smoke for me? I'm in the circle too with my dabs vape. Yeah. God, it's little coffin. I can tell you guys what. When I was pregnant with my oldest son, who he's almost 14, my cousin's baby passed away at 2 months old. And they had an open casket funeral and everything like that. And I will never forget that for the rest of my life. And it gave me nightmares. I had awful anxiety. I always would have like dreams or just like envision it like in my mind's eye, basically like my kids in a little baby coffin. Like it scared me to death. There's something about being beside a coffin that small that is just
wrong. It's just wrong, isn't it? It's like a friend of mine, like who I used to play rugby with as a kid. He sadly died of cancer very young, and at his funeral, I was like, "This is so wrong." He's like, I was only 13, and he would have been 13 at the time when he died, and I was like, "This is so wrong." And even despite that, you know, his parents were all lovely people. His father smiled at me because he hadn't seen me in a while, and he was carrying his own son's coffin, and he smiled at me. That was the most powerful moment of my life, and that they're like the strongest people I know. You know, I would just fall apart. You know, but he still had the strength to smile at me. You know, and be and I just can't. I can't
Oh my God,
believe
I'm
it.
so sorry. And I know how that I've lost many friends, and it's just not, I know how that feels. And that's young for you to go through that.
Yeah.
The first friend that passed away when I was younger I was in the 10th grade, and she was also in the 10th grade. And that was still, I was so young, it totally messed with me. It messed with me. It changed my whole life. I'll say that. So I bet you that really affected you at 13, and I'm really sorry.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I mean, I've worked through it, but I've only let it affect me in positive ways now. Like I've lived my life.
Yes, absolutely.
Better, more wholly, and appreciate what I have, and not be, do anything that's self-sabotaging or anything like that, and just live the life that I know he'd want me to live.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I'm so sorry, Donna and Carol and all of you guys who have had to go through that. And yeah, and Punky, I love you so much, and I hope you have a great night. Hey, Stitchin' Bitchin' and True Crime. I love your name. Stitchin', Bitchin' and True Crime. Hey, you'll fit in real well over here. Come on over, girl. Okay, so I'm going to go to Tammy's channel really fast because we're going to switch gears for a second into Idaho.
Okay. I've got a lot more to say about that. I've done a lot more research on that case.
Oh, I can't wait to hear. And
it was weird. I was watching Scream last night, and it just made me feel of that. You know what I mean? It's like a film. It's like a movie. It's crazy.
Wow.
It's so strange.
Yeah, it is like a movie. And I bet you, like, I haven't watched a slasher for a while, but I bet you those like 90, like, yeah, that like Scream and movies like that. It's just like that. Like it's awful.
Makes me think that maybe the guy who did it may have been inspired in some way. You know what I mean? Because they did a new Scream, or they did a new Michael Myers movie, didn't they, as well? So and it was done in a way that's so much like that. You know what I mean? It's possible, I think.
It's very possible. Okay, first, before we get into any videos or anything, I want to show you all these. So, did you see the rumors? There was a little bit bigger of a channel, I don't remember the name of it, that said that the blood coming down from the side of the house was not blood. It was coming from the pipes, and it was something from the heating, which I thought that was bullshit to begin with. They're like, it would congeal too fast. No, it wouldn't. I could totally see it happening just like it looks, but I think I found something that shows that is not the case. Well, this girl found it, and I found her tweet. So she says, more than anything, I was hoping that the red dripping on the exterior of the house was heating oil or even rust from the pipe. You can see that whatever it is drips onto the pipe itself and then back onto the wall. So here is the other picture. It's not coming from the pipes. It's coming from under the wall above the pipe. Clearly, you can see it right here. It drips there and then back down onto the wall where they have it circled. And had you kind of heard that rumor at all, that it was not blood? It was it's just a true crime channel, but other people picked it up and were spreading it around and stuff, as if several people.
I've heard it as well. I mean, and I've seen exactly what they're saying. It isn't as well, that represented in pipes and things like that. But honestly, it's anyone's guess. But it does look, the color of the tint of red that it is, it does look like blood. But then it would have dried, wouldn't it?
Well, I mean, this is the thing. We're going to watch Tammy's drone footage, but if there was that second floor bedroom right there, we have Ethan and Xana, 2 people. It's going to be a lot of blood. So it will dry, but there's going to be a lot. So it's not going to dry. Like, think about it. A drop of water dries a lot faster than a bucket poured on the ground.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be a ton of blood. And it makes perfect sense. And especially because I believe their vents for the heating, the HVAC, was in the floor.
Right. So that makes total sense. That means it's, God, that's so gruesome. That thinking of the blog going through that's terrible.
Oh, I know. It is terrible. And then they said that the girls who survived it got tattoos of the other ones today. That's right below the bedroom. Okay. On duty, Ron, he said it's blood and it's because of the way the house was built. Mama Bear, it's awful. Holy moly. And one was supposedly on the floor in that room or area. And I heard that too, Tammy, from now I got a video I wanted to pull up or I could probably just pull up the podcast, but I found like where Icked Mail goes through Nancy Grace's podcast, and she's talking about the coroner, who she says, by the way, the coroner is a registered nurse. Oh, we got a weird echo or feedback.
Sorry.
That's okay. Okay, let's see. Yep, that's way better. Okay, she said that the coroner was a registered nurse with a degree in like something else, like something that's close to crime, to deal with crimes. But basically, she's not a medical examiner, and she's accomplished some things in her life. But when you hear her talk about like the stabs and like, I'm going to play it and you guys will hear, it's pretty interesting. But before that, I wanted to show this tweet really fast from Sleuthy other way. She says that, wrong way. Mom of Kaylee doesn't want to have vigils or funeral service while the murderer is on the loose. They fear he will do this again, and they know the killer would be among them at these services. The thought of him holding a small candle for the victims makes her sick. Imagine having to. I just feel bad for them. I just can't imagine even having to think like this.
The reality is that he probably will do that. You know what I mean? He probably will.
Yeah.
Go and act in that way. It's typical psychopath serial killer behavior. It's reliving. It's to taunt the victims' families. It's in a way, it's reliving what they've done.
And to know what's going on so that they're, one step ahead, or they think they are. Mama Bear, I'm not sure about that. I've heard the rumors, but I don't know. I couldn't tell you for certain. Okay, so let me pull up these videos now. The Icked Mail one is pretty interesting because that's where they do the Nancy Grace. I have so many though that I saved because I was looking for the actual clip from Banfield because that's who Nancy was playing. But then I found other things that she posted last night and stuff that I wanted to share. So I just sending everything. Okay.
Nancy Grace is pretty interesting. I mean, isn't her background in Georgia anyway?
Gosh, you know what? I can't remember, but I do know she was a prosecutor.
Yeah, but wasn't it like her husband or her boyfriend was the victim of a violent crime and then that inspired her to become a prosecutor? I think she's good, other than her stance on marijuana. I think that's the only place where me and her part ways. But I think other than that, I think she's generally pretty good.
Actually, I forgot. And I want to go after the drone footage first. I'd love to see that. Is it Tammy? I got to go into my other account because I'm in Real Talk and I can't remember the name of it. Is it exactly what in chat, Tammy? Tammy's Clips. That's what it is. Okay. Because I haven't seen that. Have you seen the drone footage?
Not yet. It'd be cool to see it.
Is it like on your community tab? Idaho student murders drone footage. Something came up, so I found it, but I didn't find it. I searched Tammy's Clips Idaho drone, like thinking you made a video of it, but if you shared it, it won't come up, I guess. So I'll just share, I guess, this version of it. And thank you so much for this, Tammy. And will you guys please drop her link in, if you don't mind, pretty please? I think this is it though, because I looked. So are they flying the drone from right there, I guess? Yep.
Point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
Okay, let's look at this. Oh my God, I'm nervous. I'm just nervous even seeing it. I don't know why. Let me take this off the screen. The kitchen window screen laying on the ground and bent. Whoa. Let's check it out. I'll mute it actually. Where did my vape go? There it is. Yeah, nicotine vapes are not as good. If you want to smoke in your house, a vape is the ticket. So that first floor, the people that lived there previously said you wouldn't hear anything up above you. It was a different one. Well, this flies around, you guys. Oh, thank you, Mama Bear. I just wanted to I just wanted to hang out with you guys and talk about all of this stuff that's happening. I was so busy today. I wouldn't have time to I was trying to put together a little thing for this missing girl, Jordan Nebling, which I'm not going to stop talking about because literally I've not seen one other person talk about this girl. And I've just got to, but I didn't have time to get everything together.
What's her story? Do you know? I may have seen it on your community post because I see you do post, but what's her story?
I actually did a couple of videos on it. Her boyfriend now has killed his girlfriend and their baby. She was pregnant, but last December he had attempted murder on that girl, and then Jordan went missing the year before that, and she's a beautiful young girl from Greenville, South Carolina, and no one's heard from her since. But he's the prime suspect, but yeah.
Is he not? Is he not cuffed to it yet?
Nope. He's been arrested for the new crime. And when he got arrested for the new crime, he literally threatened the cop. He said he would blow his brains out or something.
He's an idiot then, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like a very angry idiot, which I think this person here is an angry idiot. Wow, Psychic Reverend Donna said that that this guy that when she tried to read the case, that she picked up a man who was very violent, who was into hunting, by the way, you guys, who had pictures with deer, but also was really into knives. He would never throw the murder weapon away, is what she said. She said he literally cut an apple in their kitchen and ate it with the knife with blood on it. He loves blood.
My God.
She said that he would cut a deer and rub the blood on his face. And
oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. And now if she's been so scary accurate, I have to consider this as a possible.
I always take what she says, seriously. I think she has been accurate. I've been put on to her by a few other channels.
And she's not only been accurate with him, she's been accurate with Suzanne Morphew. I mean, down to, you can read the police affidavits and then go through her readings and boom, 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 thing after thing you can point out. It's crazy.
Certainly people have got it, and I reckon it's more likely going to be women who have that kind of acausal empathy, I would call it, that shining or whatever, than the man. Because I think women are just naturally more in touch with nature than men are. I just think, because Mother Earth, woman, I just, that's how I see it. I mean,
possible, yeah. I think people have I think that there are people who are gifted. I think there's a lot of fakes, but so it's a psychic, and her name is, I shared it on my community page, you guys. I think it's my last post. Here, let me see.
Does she do private readings 1-to-1?
I don't know. I believe so, but
I'd be interested in that.
I would too. So it is my very last. I shared the live that we're on right now, but I also right before that had shared her video, and it's called "Possible Suspect in the Murders of 4 Idaho College Students." So get this, she's in her video and she's talking about. I'm going to pause this because I really want to watch. She's talking about a bread store. She's like, I keep seeing French bread. And she's like, and I keep seeing a tree with a bench. And she's like, I think he works there. and that she was out on the bench, like Madison was out on the bench, and he had a thing for her. He was talking to her. Anyway, so I Google French bread, Moscow, Idaho, and I get this store. And the store, I go on Google Maps and do the walk feature, and directly across the street is a little bench with a tree behind it. Like, you got to go look at it if you get a chance. It's kind of crazy. So I don't know. It'd be interesting if that was the place. I wish that police would just be open-minded enough to like prove her wrong, even prove her wrong.
The funny thing is, at the lower levels, law enforcement don't take that stuff seriously, but at the higher levels, FBI, CIA, they do.
Yeah, I've seen
they
people
carry out research into this stuff. They have. It's been proven.
Yep, you hear of it sometimes, like people who have cases where psychics have been called in.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it should be done more, honestly, especially with missing persons. I think they can really help.
I do too. Okay, thank you, Crumb Sleuth, and she sent me the links to their tattoos, which we can look at. Let me see. I'm gonna just send her video to my other account, so after this we'll check them out. So they go around back here in a second. That's what I'm really interested in, the back of the house.
So am I. That when as soon as I saw that little bit of woodland, that is obviously going to be the escape and the entry point, that they took to get in and get out.
And you have that sliding glass door right there, and it just makes perfect sense.
Yeah, as soon as I saw it, I was like, that's an ideal place, from a criminal's point of view. No visibility going in, no visibility going out. That's exactly what you need. And that you get away without being spotted. There's no description of you. It's a lot easier to get away with it.
Yep, I completely agree. I wish that I actually bought Bentley a drone for his birthday. It was like a very expensive one, but it was like $250, but I got it for $170, and it shoots in 4K. And he actually wanted a Switch, so it was much cheaper than like what he wanted. So I was happy that he changed his mind to want a drone. But I wish that I could go and film like stuff like this. I'd be so interested to do that, like to have been able to go to this scene and kind of be the one to do this. Which I wonder if was it the news or I don't know. Let's see who's got it. The Inquisitor. It looks like maybe that's I don't know, maybe a channel, or it could be some kind of newspaper, but let's get the side view. I'm going to move it forward just a little bit. Okay, there is. Oh my God, I'm so nervous even just seeing this. I don't know. It's such a cool house. This like the shape of it. I really do like it.
It's very unique.
See, so the blood drips, were they on the right there or on the left?
I think it's near the snow, near that railing there. That looks like
where the split is, like right to the left.
Yeah. Because it's got the pipe going down.
Oh my God, you guys, seeing this house like this, it just gives me, I don't know, such a weird feeling inside. You would think that he would have left a damn trail of blood almost,
There's, he could have had people never really think of this, but it is done a lot by criminals where you can put these kind of, they're almost like shower cap type things over your feet, over your boots or your shoes. And then when you're done, you burn them like gloves. So they don't leave a trail. And so if you catch it would absorb the blood, it wouldn't leave a trail type of thing. So that could be a reason why, maybe.
Yep, you're right. I know exactly. The cable guys wear them when they come in. Wait, so I'm looking for like the drips. I don't know. Let's see. That is the door. They were fingerprinting the door. Is that the window where the screen is gone and laying on the ground? I don't see it there. Wait, right here. Is that it on the ground?
It would be the is too open. The side isn't that open.
Yeah, you're right. That in between is too right out in the open.
You're in the open there. On the side, you're not. On the side, you can be missed, especially at night.
Wait, these chairs are in. They're blocking the door. Wonder why.
Maybe he placed them there, and they thought that if they even get away, and if he's already got them, it's harder for them to slow him down so he can catch up, get him, finish him off.
That's possible, but it's really weird because that door is the door with the keypad, and it's oftentimes unlocked, and I just think that's weird. The stools. Okay, this is not where the drips are. So it's on the other side, right? Or no? Is it right here?
That's where it looks, doesn't it?
Hold on. Like right there?
Yeah. Right there at the bottom, yeah. No, I think that's a bag. We might be on the wrong side completely, but who knows?
Well, I thought they were on the other side initially, but a couple people who I figured for sure would have been right told me the right side. So I'm still thinking it might be on the right. I don't know.
Or
there it is.
Oh,
there
right, yeah. It's on
the back.
Easy to miss.
It's not even on the side. It's on the back. Look, that's the right side. This is the back of the house. Like it's on the, see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's on the back of that first half of the house. Wow. Hold on. That makes perfect sense too, because the kitchen is right there at the sliding glass doors, and right above this is the bedroom. I'm pretty certain. Right here. So kitchen and then straight to this bedroom. And then the other girls were up here.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So it is not even on the side. I cannot believe that. Tell me Wolfie's in here. Or Melissa. Go back, please. That's where Xana. Okay, I'll go back. That's where Xana's bedroom is. That's below Xana's bedroom. There's a cove there where a bed could fit. No, other side right there. Thank you, Sean. In the middle. Yeah, it's the far back corner. Thank you. I cannot believe that. I'm mind blown right now. If he covered himself properly, he would limit the amount of DNA and blood transfer and also leave no trail dressed in black slipping into the night easily.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Let me see. Are those the links like above that? Because they're not, I don't know if they're clickable for me. I'm going to have to, I think, forward and then copy and paste them. Yeah, they're not clickable. I just tried and that's why I hearted it. Let me see. Forward. Wow. Okay. Do you still want me to go back, or did I go back when you said that? What do you think, Jay?
I'm not sure, really.
You're like, me too.
Remember, I have been smoking the wacky backy.
I couldn't believe it when I saw this. Wow.
Honestly, to be honest, I do get visions of like what's like him going in, what he's dressed like, what he's looking like, and just I can kind of see it. You know what I mean? It's strange. I just definitely really not an opportunist.
I can't get over this drone footage. It's pretty badass.
Honestly, it's so unique. You know what I mean? Imagine like thinking about that 20 years ago. You know, you'd be called mad.
Yes, and also what's unique is like the shape of this house. Gosh, there's the woods. Now that's where police were like looking through, and that's where we.
Oh God, yeah, that's the obvious place where if he's dumped anything. But like Donna said, I believe her. I knew guys who, they when I was buying not good types of drugs, who were involved in crimes, who would keep the knives afterwards and the guns afterwards, and I'd be like, thinking they're fucking mad. You know what I mean? If they get caught with that, that's proof. But
Yeah.
I could tell that it's because they're obsessed with the things. They're obsessed with them. It's a power thing to them. It's and I've
there's
heard people
no way they'd get rid of it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's just crazy to me to even think about. I don't even, all of it is like pretty mind blowing. And you do see that window on the ground right there. See it?
Yeah.
Under the balcony.
That's the easiest place to get in without being seen.
Absolutely it is, because look, you got the hillside there, the back there, and then the neighbors to the side are not actually that close. And if it's dark, wow. And you know what else psychic that Reverend Donna said? That the killer lives very close, which the guy who was, at the food truck and loves hunting and has photos with deer and knives and all that kind of stuff, pretty gruesome photos, which she mentioned he would have gruesome photos. He lives close by, pretty close by.
I thought the same. I thought it would be someone close by, not a drifter, not someone coming. The way it was carried out, it would have had to have been done by someone local, because of the preparation involved. A drifter, as by the name, doesn't stay in a place so long as to plan something out like that. And it wasn't a pickup operation. It wasn't. If they were there watching, they weren't there by coincidence. They were there because they knew where they were going to be. You know what I mean? It wasn't a chance thing. It was completely planned. Had to have been.
Well, and not just preparation, but think about after. Where are you going to go? You got to go somewhere close. I mean, what are you going to do with all that blood on you? You're going to have to go get cleaned up. Okay, so now I have from Crime Sleuthin', which I'm going to share her channel just one more time. And you guys can go over there and check it out yourselves as well. And
apparently my voice gets deeper when I've medicated, and that is true.
That's funny. Hey, Maisie, we're talking about Idaho. Do you think that type of person is a bragger?
Definitely. But the thing is, he wants to be a bragger, but he's a loner. So who is he to brag to? Who is he to brag to but the internet? That's all I'll say. That's what I think.
Well, that's not the first floor. And yeah, it's the second floor. That looks like a trail. It does kind of look like a trail. Too bad there wasn't snow. Oh my God. And you could see, like, I know you probably would see blood too, not just prints, but blood. THC is legal in Canada. I don't know where that came from, but
Canada's a beautiful country.
Let's see.
Have you ever been?
No.
You should go, definitely. Nova Scotia is good.
The furthest north I've ever been was in Jersey. And because my uncle lives up there, he lives in Monmouth Park, like around or near Monmouth Park, Monmouth County, New Jersey, kind of like on the Jersey Shore. Well,
nice.
Shore.
I've been to Hackensack, New Jersey. I went there for a rugby thing.
Okay, I've got the Zillow. So now that we've seen this drone footage, I'd like to look at that again. And she said, Crime Sleuthin' sent it to me, and she said that it has the bedroom in it, so we can see that. But first, there was something else I was grabbing. Let me see. Oh yeah, we were watching the video, and it's over now, and I need to go back because I want to look at their tattoos I didn't get to.
That's sweet.
What do they say? It says surviving roommates get tattoos to honor their friends. Maddie, Kayla, Xana, Ethan, MKXE. Love you always and forever. Oh, look, angel wings with the MKXE. Oh,
that's really sweet.
Damn.
I can't imagine having to lose so many friends at once, being so young. It's just, I can't imagine it. I can't imagine
you were there.
Through.
Like, imagine you're there too. Like, you almost went with them.
Exactly. You were so close, and you get that survivor's guilt as well, wouldn't you? You always you
Oh,
get
yeah.
that when your friend dies and they've not been murdered brutally. I got that when a few of my friends have died from overdoses, and my one friend died of cancer. Sadly, I always got guilt from that. Even though they'll feel guilt from this, probably they'll feel like, well, why wasn't it me? Type of thing. Why do I
Yeah.
get to live and my best friends don't? You know what I mean? Well, what?
Yeah.
And then it's all that pressure. Like, you feel like you have to live a certain way to honor them, and if you slip up, you feel like you're disgracing them, and it's all this strong
Absolutely.
emotion, and it's
Well, I
God,
know
I feel
someone.
sorry for him.
I have a friend who lost her daughter, and her daughter was on a four-wheeler with her boyfriend, and they were trying to rinse the tires, and the ATV got pulled into the river, and he tried grabbing her over and over. It was flooding, and she was found like 7 kilometers downstream, and he was found as well, but closer to where they wrecked, whatever. But he survived. She did not. She still had her helmet on, and she was pulled under and couldn't get it off, and she drowned. And he had horrible survivor's guilt. It really messed with him a lot for a long time. That's what they said. And that, it makes perfect sense why it would, because I don't know. It'd be such a tough situation. So
It's horrible. It's horrible. I mean, it's. I'm glad that it seems that they've all got great families behind them, and the community is rallying, and the world seems to be rallying behind them, which is a good thing, But still, they're still going to feel uneasy knowing that the bastard who did it, is still around.
yeah. Hey, it skipped down. Hey, Lady B. We are now talking about Idaho. We just watched the drone footage. We've been kind of talking about everything.
It's been great. You've gone longer than you usually do.
Yeah, it has been fun. I'm at 1 hour 39 minutes. I'll probably go and after this though, because I gotta finish freaking packing, which I'm dreading. I've had fun though. I'm so glad you came up, and yeah.
So am I. Yeah, I mean, I've been meaning to go on before, but like in a few of the past times, it's been like I've been too stoned to get on.
Lady V, if you haven't seen the drone footage, it's kind of surprising where if you get a chance after, go, or I didn't link that video.
I think what Carol Johansson is saying in the comments and what she's all been saying has all been very accurate. Everything she's saying, I think, is spot on.
Yeah, I totally agree. And Lady V, you got to see the drone footage, because the blood drips and stuff are in a little bit of a different place than what you thought. Yeah, sure. I got a link. Let me invite. Let's see. Copy.
Whoa, Zillow.
Yep, this is the house. So let's look at it for a sec. And then Lady V, there's the link. I have to finish packing tonight, you guys. I'm dreading it so bad, because after tonight, anything left in here is going in the dump. Like, it's everything else has to be out of here. So stressful. Okay, so this is the kitchen. Let's see. This is, I guess, would this be the sliding glass door? Right. Let's see. We can get, I wish they had like the walk around feature.
Yeah.
There's the sliding glass door. Okay.
God, that's ideal, that, isn't it? He's got exactly his exit place right nailed out. He can just go straight into the woods without being seen.
Yeah, let me see. Okay. Sliding glass door right there, and then you go around. You go around this corner to the right, and you have this little room, and then is that their bedroom right there? I guess, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, it would make sense, wouldn't it?
Oh my God.
It's too real, this, isn't it? It's like watching pictures of the Manson, like the Tate LaBianca murders and stuff like that.
Yeah. There it is. There is that second floor bedroom, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh my goodness.
Do you think they'll go back to it? at
What do
some
you
point?
mean?
Like, do you
The
think
killer?
the other room? Do you think students will go back to it? Or what do you think is going to happen to it? Do you reckon?
I'm not sure. I don't think the other roommates will ever stay in
Yeah,
it.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't blame them for that. I don't think they'd ever feel safe in that place again.
No, I would. You really wouldn't. Is this the picture of?
I think
There it
some
is.
nutcase would probably buy it and turn it into some macabre museum to what happened and try and make money from it. That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest.
This is a back of the house, like where that, where we were just looking from the drone,
Yeah.
but it's just a different angle.
So beautiful, the woodland right near there as well. It's such a nice location as well. It's so terrible that it's been perverted forever like that, like by some lunatic.
Yeah. Hey, Lady V.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, Lady V, how are you doing?
Hello, Jay. Hi, Nadie. She's such a sweetheart.
So,
what were you talking about? You were talking about the drone footage?
Second from the bottom on the right. Wait, that's the bedroom, right? Yeah, the drone footage of the house. We were watching the drone footage and we saw the blood drips are actually like kind of on the back of the house, but they're like on the back of the first part, but they're not on the side. And then,
who were you talking about that was riding on something or other? You said one got hurt and the other one didn't?
Oh, yes, that was a friend of mine's daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we were talking about survivor's guilt.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't asking for a link to come up, although I always enjoy talking with you, Alex. I was just meaning the drone footage, but but I don't mind coming up. I'm definitely a people person, but
yeah, it's nice for me to speak to some of the people who I listen to all the time.
They were looking at. Have you seen this picture? I can't find it. I saw it one time. I can't find it anywhere. Is when they were outside. The forensic team was outside, and there was like 6 or 7 of them looking at a window around like an open window thing.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that picture?
Yes, and if you look in the drone footage, there's a screen on the ground beside the sliding glass door. The sliding glass door is actually held open with 2 stools. It's very weird. I can go back to it right before we go because I probably won't be on here but another minute. This is Xana's room, I believe. This I'm trying to get it from chat, from which you could grab the link to, Crumb Sleuth, and if look at the floor gap, and that's it. Let's see. Oh my!
Yeah, my husband was at a house one time he was working at, and he left, and like an hour later, there was drive-by shootings, and there was so much blood it was seeping through the floor too. I mean,
yeah, that's terrible.
Look in
that vision. I can't deal with it. It's
Yeah.
terrible to even think about.
Look at this though. She's right. Oh my God, it won't let me zoom. But if you see right here, do you see my mouse?
Yeah.
Look at like in between the floor and the wall, there is like a very large crack,
Right.
Yeah.
And they were saying the people, they have people in and out of there like 8 months out of the year and all this. So the landlords and stuff don't really keep them up to really high standards, because they know it's going to get trashed because it's a party house. So that kind of makes things a little worse too.
Well,
and because it's like the locations, like, and what they get is like it's so big, it's really nice location. They can afford to have it look a bit,
right,
worse for wear.
This house is a freaking $500,000 home. I'm shocked about that. Look, off market, $458,000. Like that's
doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, no, for a college town and being able to hold 6 people in different rooms, it doesn't surprise me either.
This must be a ground bedroom, right? Because look at this is why they didn't hear much, because number one, they're like up against, the mountain or the hillside, I think, because even someone who lived there previously said it's really hard to hear. There's one photo of the bedroom, and then this is the other view. But yeah, that it's really hard to hear what happens
Yeah,
upstairs.
the acoustics of the place, it would make
Well, and
it
they're used
difficult.
to loud noises with people coming in and partying and things like that. So,
Yep. Now this must be the very top floor, which this in here is a bedroom. And I'm assuming would be this, because you see the deck. That's one bedroom, and then there is the other one. Wait.
that one's where it got that sliding glass door right there on the balcony too.
Yep. And we'll go back to that one. So that is just like that's a bedroom with the sliding glass door, but the one you're talking about is right here.
Yeah, and the kitchen.
And this window over to the left of the door, the screen was on the ground.
Yeah, I think that was the window that they were looking at very closely.
Yep. Right.
But they had a bar stool that was there on the you know how some people put like a broomstick in there?
Yeah, that's
there
what
was
I was
like
talking
a bar stool there.
Wonder what that means. Was that there? I'm wondering if that was there before. The police surely wouldn't do that because they're trying to keep the scene the way it is.
Yeah, I don't think that either the kids did that whenever they came in, or they leave it like that if they're not going to be having people over, or another
Very
horrible
true,
thing to
Perry. It
think
was a
of
blitz
is,
attack. Totally.
Yeah.
Unless you're a
or
trained person.
Yeah, or it could be that the suspect did that to block him in, just in case.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
They said.
Yeah, I personally, I think that they probably put that there. That was like their broom handle in the door, but
that makes sense.
I could be wrong.
Because a lot of people had the key lock, the code. Liza, you know what? Actually, don't kill me, but I kind of like it. Looked like it was knocked over stools. Okay, let me go back to that before I let you guys go, because I am going to let you guys go in just a sec, but I want to pull up.
The outside looks really weird, but I do like the floor plans and stuff inside. That it is pretty cool inside, I do have to say as well.
I hate listening. I mean, after this, I'm gonna have to for the moment after I log off and then go back on for the goodbyes. I'll have to hear my voice. I can't stand hearing my voice. It's the worst.
I think we all feel that way.
Yes.
Anyway, Alex, I'm gonna let you go, but if you could drop that link for the drone footage, I would appreciate it so I could watch it. Maybe put it on Brittany's if she doesn't have it. They probably do though.
Yeah, I will. I got it. I just pulled it up somehow. Hold on, and I'm gonna try to get. What did I search to pull it up? Oh, I searched Tammy Clips Idaho drone, I think. Because I was gonna try to find it on Tammy's channel. And yeah, I'll definitely drop the link. If you want to, you could send it to Brittany in her Discord, or I can send it to her later. But
yeah, why don't you go ahead and do that, hon?
I'll try, but remind me later if I don't, because we're moving and this is our last night getting our stuff out, and I'm gonna be like super duper busy and traveling tomorrow. So my mind.
Okay, well, if you drop it to me, I can drop it to her.
Okay, perfect. Or I was gonna say I will try to remember, but don't remind me if in case I forget. But here is the link in the chat, and then or I can put it in the private chat too. Actually,
oh, it doesn't matter to me.
He said I meant drone link, but I'm always I love you. That's so sweet. Thank you.
Very polite. You're very, very polite.
Oh, yeah. Well, I appreciate you saying that, but I just, I like to treat people like they're human beings and deserve some kindness. That's all. That's how I was raised. But anyway, I'm going to let you go, hon, so you can get off of here. I know you got tons to do, but I appreciate you dropping that link for me.
Oh, you are so welcome, and thank you for coming up. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys. I probably will not be live tomorrow, but definitely the day after that.
Yeah, I'll get down
Bye,
as well.
Everybody.
Thanks.
Okay, Jay.
Thanks
Thank
everyone for being here, and thanks for lighting me up. It's been very fun and very enjoyable to share my thoughts on these cases, because I don't really get a chance to do that. So it's been great, and anytime, it would be good to do it again. So have a
Absolutely.
good evening, and I hope your move goes well.
Well, thank you. And I had so much fun. And anytime you want to come up, just let me know like you did today. And you can come right on up because I really did have fun and I appreciated it.
That's great. Thanks. Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. And thank you, Lady V. Okay, you guys. And Lady V, you're always welcome as well. And I love that picture. It's so when I pulled it either up on the screen just now or when you were up here, I seen it. Yeah, when you were up here a lot better and it was really pretty. Okay, so one last time before we go, I'm going to play this again because I want you guys to see. So the blood drippings are actually on the back wall right here. Instead of like on the side of the house, they're more on the back. And then there's the sliding glass door that we were just looking at inside. And then there's that window right here, the screen. Now look at the stools. Wait, let me go back just a little bit. One more time. Look at the stools in the sliding glass door right there. You see how they're like, there's two of them. And they're placed just perfectly so you can't open the door. That is super interesting to me. I cannot wait to get like documents of exact details of kind of some of this stuff. No, Siri, it is not from the first floor. Okay, let me show you. They're zooming in on the stools there, but look. Okay. So this is the third floor up here, okay? This is the second floor with the patio. That's where the blood's coming from. The first floor is down below that. You can hardly even see it there, but it's actually up against the mountain here. It's down below this right here. This ground level, down below that on the left, is the first floor. So it's coming from that second floor bedroom. It is coming from above the pipe. It is not the pipes. And I'll show you guys that one last time before we go, after we get a look at these stools right here. So see how the stools are? Wow. I mean, they're yeah, interesting. See, this is the first floor here, down here, where the cars are. That is not where the blood is coming from. It is above that right here. You can actually see it right there. You can just barely see it as it goes, as it like goes right there. Wait. See, right here, where that pipe is, but it is not coming from the pipe. And I'll show you that because it's actually on top of the pipe. It drips on the pipe and then back onto the wall underneath. Okay, so then let me get back to this Facebook message. And I want to show you how it's not coming from the pipe at all. I had some other stuff I wanted to watch, but we've been on here so long, there's no way we'll get it all. So just check out the Nancy Grace podcast on this case. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, y'all. That makes me so mad when I do that. Hold up. Okay. So here is the blood, right? And if you look here, you see it comes from under the house onto the pipe, which makes it, because it hit the pipe like that, it doesn't directly hit the wall again. It waits till about down here before it touches the wall, right? Because the pipe is like probably an inch or two sticking out from the wall. But it is not coming from the pipe. It is definitely not. Okay. in my opinion, by the way, that is my opinion, but just by the like common sense. And well, the police said it was blood, but that could be wrong. But clip and make a short of that, please. People seem to be confused of the location of the drone footage. I can do that. I can do a little short of the drone footage and then show these pictures right here of the blood drips. Hopefully, if I have time. If not, I'll do it when I get back. If somebody else hasn't done it, but yeah, I know, Maisie. That was a rumor kind of going around, but no, I don't think so. It's not heating fluid. But anyways, and that's just my opinion. I really appreciate all of you guys for being here at the location on the wall. Okay, Ava, I think I can do that this evening. That'll only take a minute or two. Okay, but yeah, I really do appreciate you guys being here. It was nice to be able to come talk true crime and just talk about everything happening. Leilani Simon has a bond hearing tomorrow. It's not going to happen today. And yeah, I sent you pics of Maddie's room window. Ooh, thank you, Tammy. And then I'm probably just share those on my community page. I love you, Nady. I love all you guys. Thank you, Punksy. Thank you for hanging out with me. Tomorrow I get to be on the interstate on the day before Thanksgiving. It sounds like tons of freaking fun. Cannot wait. And then when I get home, I'll talk to you guys. Probably the next day. But yeah, I love you all. I hope you have a great night, and I'll see you soon, okay? Bye. Like Nady said, bye. Thank you, Riddler. Thank all of you guys. Thank you, Cassie. Love you guys. Thank you, mods. Extra thank you to the mods. I really appreciate you. Bye.